So if you run a Go High Level agency, I want to show you something that can really change the way you manage your client work. It's called Task Engine. Task Engine isn't just another management platform. We built it native inside High Level, and that word native is super important because you don't have to send your team to different pieces of software and platforms. And Task Engine lives right inside the environment that you're using every day, and so are your clients. And so if you're a marketing agency and you've got 20, 50, 100 customers, they're all working inside the same task management system, whether it's in relation to automations, SEO, AI, whatever you may be working on. The problem is keeping track of everything, and what needs to happen, making sure that the right person does what. And that's where Task Engine comes in. You can create tasks, you can assign them, you can assign tasks, you can have due dates, priorities, recurring subtasks. But where it really gets interesting and powerful is in relation to agencies. What's happening inside that CRM can also trigger other things. And whether it triggers creating a task, a deal moves into a different pipeline stage. A form is submitted, a task is created. A client needs something done, every single month. So you set a recurring task to automate that task, and now your team is just actually functioning all inside one system, and you don't have to remember everything. And so, yeah, so the system helps people in so many different ways. And it's not just for marketing agencies. We have teams that are using it to they're SEO people, they're web people, they're virtual assistants. It can serve everyone, and it has its place for everybody. And so it if you want to really stay organized, help your team, Task Engine is such a phenomenal tool. But agencies also have this other thought in their head, and businesses as well, as you know instead of looking at it as just another expense, you can actually build that into your SaaS plan. You can actually offer it as a service. And then, you're already charging people for services. And why not add task management as part of that operation and value that you provide to your customers? Uh, you know, Obviously, again, since it's done internally, you can help manage that whole process from the agency dashboard. And one thing about task management is it's very sticky. And so when you get people involved in Task Engine, obviously they're going to stay in line with you and keep inside that sub account because they don't want to lose their whole task management system. And so, it's really not just a pricing thing. You can pass that and grow that and make that opportunity for you and your agency to gain more money. But also, something big that we don't do is we don't charge per user. And so you can actually have your entire team without your software bill going up exponentially. And so really the big idea is simple. Your CRM manages the customer, Go High Level does. Your automations move the customer through the process, and Task Engine just makes sure that the team actually gets the work done. And it's all right inside the same environment. So if you're a high level agency and you're still managing clients through spreadsheets and emails and completely separate project management tools, just take a look at Task Engine. It's free to try out. We've got different options for different size teams, and it's not just generic. We're building new features into it all the time. We're going to keep building from our users' feedback, and it's just going to be an amazing opportunity for people to grow, generate revenue, create stickiness, and offer more value to help every single business that Go High Level agencies serve run better. So we can't wait to see you on the inside. And again, just feel free to go to taskengine.co or go to the marketplace and download it for free.